punishing temperatures in Europe, a heat dome behind dangerous conditions in large parts of the region. France at the epicenter of this extreme heat, enduring its hottest day yesterday. More than half the country remains under a red heat alert. At least 40 people have drowned while seeking relief from these high temperatures since last week. The heat also triggering the country's first major outage, leaving tens of thousands of homes without power. The UK Met Office, meanwhile, issuing an exceptionally rare heat warning for today and tomorrow. Temperatures forecast to hit at least 39 degrees Celsius, possibly breaking June's all-time daily temperature record. Hundreds of schools set to close early this week in light of this heat, while several train services have been cut. The World Health Organization's chief has urged Europe's leaders to adapt their healthcare systems to cope with soaring temperatures. And more Ross Cullen reports for CNA live from Paris. Ross, before you crossed to us, I heard you mention Singapore temperatures, but in France, is France prepared to cope with temperatures like that?
Wei Su, I don't really know what else to say apart from it is very uncomfortable. 40 degrees here in Paris. We are expecting to get a little bit hotter, potentially highs of 41 or 42 in a few hours time. I'm standing, as you might be able to see, in the shade, but very quiet streets. A lot of people are inside, a lot of people trying to seek a bit of respite where they can. But unfortunately, often inside a building is not the best place to be. When I left my apartment earlier, it was 33 degrees inside. And so it is just very hot, whether you're inside or outside. The French Prime Minister has been holding daily crisis meetings for about 5 or 6 days now. Sébastien Lecornu updates to try to deal with the heat. Thousands of schools have been closed because they don't have air conditioners. So some temperatures, even inside classrooms, late 40s, early 50s. So obviously impossible to try to hold lessons inside. Teachers have to bring their own fans in from school, from home, but they're only just moving hot air around. So they have had a real problem trying to get a handle on this. And there's now a conversation, Wei Su, that perhaps Europe widely and France specifically needs to get on board with air conditioning units.
Right, of course, AC units have their own problems as well. Of course, the health concerns, both direct and indirect. Earlier in this report, we're saying at least 40 people drowning, seeking relief, not necessarily from heat itself, since last week.
Yes, that's right. And also reports just in the last hour that a woman has died after drowning in Annecy Lake, which is one of the big famous lakes down in the Alps region. Another person has been rescued and is currently in a critical state in hospital. So that potentially would be 41. If this person does lose their life in hospital, 42 people that would be having drowned in the last 6 days here in France, because people are going into bodies of water to try to seek respite, but they're getting into difficulties in the rivers. They're getting caught in riptides in the sea, and we are seeing as well other tragic incidents. 2 children aged 2 and 4 died after getting caught inside a car, being left in a car. Elderly people as well have been among the fatalities, complications caused by the heat. And even over the border in Germany, we've seen several drownings as well. The German health authorities warning that when it comes to people drowning, that people are losing their lives because they are having to get into difficulties in water. They are overestimating their abilities when it comes to swimming in wild environments, swimming in unsupervised areas. And even here in France, there was a group of professional footballers who you might imagine to be in a very fit state and be in great physical health, who also drowned after going into a river in Lyon, France's 3rd city.
Oh, thanks, Ross Cullen, reporting for CNA Live from a very hot Paris.